In 2020, I was looking for a community. I was looking for a space where I could be me and explore what I wanted to do as an entrepreneur. In the community that I found, there were several souls that just really connected with what I needed at the time, and I was able to make some memorable connections just interacting with those people. One of those people in particular was Laquan, aka the Bear. Um, he and the Wolf uh, were nice enough to recognize the connection as well and allowed me to be a guest on their podcast. And we both recorded, and as my first episode of season 2, I want to share that episode with you because I want to pay tribute to him and that connection that we had. I know that he touched many people's lives, and I hope that this, as well as the memories that they have of you, give them comfort and peace as you rest and uh, experience existence with the source. So, in the words of the bear, don't at me, nigga.
Whether you're a teen or 30 something, we see too much sucker shit going on in the world. Not enough of us are sharing the script to help us all do better for ourselves. Enjoy this unfiltered, no bullshit game about how to survive and thrive in your Black awesomeness. Come through, listen, and think with the Queen.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, we
Let's
gonna
do
have
it.
to start. I might have to start on the phone and shit because this shit's still being goofy and shit, but it's cool.
Okay, no problem.
Go ahead
And
and get my.
excuse my background if it get loud from time to time. I'm at the job, so
Hey, it's no problem at all. No problem at all. And again, I really appreciate you Kings for coming in and, just spending some time with me and, let me pick y'all brains and shit. So, okay. So, I'm gonna start this off with my first question, which is, what is the worst sucker shit y'all see our youth doing, or anybody in particular, that we need to stop doing?
Hmm,
you want to
that's
take off first, bro?
shit. The worst shit that I could think of is really, and it's not really their fault, but not listening to the old heads in the game that they are privy to. You know what I'm saying? The people that've been there before them and really laid the groundwork and all of that shit. It's some real sucker shit if you're not listening to motherfuckers that already been through what the fuck you going through.
Facts.
I guess that's how I'm giving it up.
I agree with that. And to piggyback off of what bro saying, I feel like a lot of the morals been replaced with instant gratification and money. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't used to be that way. We had morals we stood on, but now niggas blowing the wind just at the sight of money. You know what I'm saying? Like you got full blown rats out here. You know what I'm saying? And where justice used to be handled in the street according to how the rule is, you know what I'm saying, with ours, because we know how the police gonna handle us. it's like, you know,
Facts.
here we got these dudes they not even living by that code no more. They're not punishing the rats. Niggas being able to rat come around niggas because they got money and all that. So that's one of the main things for me. And then for our youth, what's affecting the youth, like some real sucker shit, like men don't want to be fathers to these kids. You know what I'm saying? Niggas have these babies.
Oh yeah,
Get the fuck
that's
up.
some real sucker shit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to
Yeah.
go out here and have all the sex and date all the women and shit, but then don't want to take care of your motherfucking babies. You a clown for that shit. You can take that shit to the fucking bank.
Yeah, and that's the reason why our graveyard is so full and why the chain gang so packed. Cause it ain't no
Real
guidance,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Cause niggas just want to run around and fulfill their lustful desires, and then they leave the woman stuck with these responsibilities, man.
I concur. But what you got,
And there's
Queen?
some bullshit mamas too, though.
What's some of the shit you seeing out here?
My for me, I would say it's just thinking with your lower head instead of your bigger head. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't realize that when you young, that's when you need to be figuring out how you gonna sustain whatever life you want to have. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of, in my mind, I figured like if I would have known what I know now, I would have hustled until like maybe like my late 20s, and then I would have been set. Like I wouldn't be fucking struggling and figuring out all this shit. You know, I would know how to manage my money. My money would be right. I wouldn't worry about shit. I wouldn't have to ask nobody for shit. You know what I'm saying? I would be set. But it was because I was focused on dumb shit. You know, I wasn't, you know, and I was stuck in the system thinking, okay, I'll go to college and, you know, I'll get this job and, you know, I'll do this and, you know, no, not thinking about the responsibilities and what it takes to live on my own and really be independent. Like they don't really teach you or tell you about that, you know. So I wish I would have, you know, I would say, you know, just really figuring out really how to be independent first, you know, instead of expecting a motherfucker to take care of you all your fucking life, you know.
Yeah, but a lot of what you said, like I got a fucking associate's in business. I got a bachelor's in accounting. I got a master's in healthcare administration and management. Because that's what I was taught to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught to fucking go to school and then you're gonna do this and do that, and then you're gonna get a job and shit, and it's gonna be cool. Number one, that ain't how that shit works.
Facts.
Number two, now I just got a whole bunch of motherfucking debt and some shit, a bunch of pieces of paper that I ain't doing shit with.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Same here. Like I got a bachelor's in events management because I knew I loved planning events. I love making sure people are celebrating and having a good time. And I'm thinking, okay, I can, you know, with this degree, I'm gonna be able to get a job in this. I'm gonna be able to excel. I'm gonna be able to make all the money and live, be happy, whatever. But that ain't what happened. So now
Nah.
I'm working a job that ain't got shit to do with my degree because I got $80,000+ worth of student loan debt that I'm trying to fucking deal with, and I've had to struggle and live this paycheck to paycheck bullshit or whatever because I ain't know no better. Had I had a financial mind from the jump, I wouldn't have fucking wasted my time signing no motherfucking promissory note. I wouldn't have fucking did none of that. I would have fucking got a skill that can fucking pay me. The longer I'm in it, the more money I fucking make. And then I can fucking invest in myself and make my businesses from the jump. I didn't need to motherfucking go to college and it took me 7 years to get my motherfucking bachelor's degree because I was fucking struggling working full time and going to school full time. So that shit, like that's a lot years of my life that I fucking wasted. Not wasted, but that's years of my life that I could have been
That
doing
you
better.
invested somewhere where it would have been better spent.
Yep.
And I
Exactly.
completely understand that. It took me 8 years to get my master's degree, but that was a lot to do with me because I knew I was struggling. So I was like, oh, they're going to keep giving me this motherfucking money. I ain't going to get no business loan, but they're going to keep giving me this school money, though. So I take a class and get that motherfucking check, nigga. I paid off my Cadillac with that hoe and all other types of shit. You feel me?
Yep.
That's just how the fuck I was coming. You know what I mean? So the system played me, but I played the system too. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the fucking day, it's still money I gotta fucking pay back.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's where I would go as far as, that the shit for the youth, that sucker shit, just, thinking somebody is gonna be okay following this white man's plan or whatever, thinking that's gonna be, the cure all. And no, it ain't. That ain't it.
They
So
ain't never been here for us to be successful.
right.
That's the last thing in the fucking world they want is for us to be successful. That's why I don't understand people that follow that motherfucking religion or any of the other shit. But we ain't gonna get too deep into that shit because people believe what they want to believe. Shit, I'm gonna
Yeah.
let them have it.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, facts is facts though. I mean,
Listen, I don't pull no motherfucking punches, and I don't give a fuck. Just don't fucking at me.
right. Like he said,
That's
don't
it.
act.
Yeah, don't fucking at me, bro. You gonna get what you want, and a whole lot more than what the fuck you want.
Right. Okay, so even though my first question was about sucker shit, now I want to give like really key advice to our young men and our young women. Like for me, I would tell young men to figure out, their strengths, and try to figure out a way to make that work for them. You know what I'm saying? So that way they not and I mean strengths like it don't necessarily, you ain't got to play ball, you ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do that typical shit. Like there's brilliance in your mind that you know how to, you know what I'm saying? And if you can learn early on how to master that and then monetize it, I would tell you to do that. Same thing for our females too, but for our females, I would tell them to become financially literate and stop living up into this, game of thinking a man's supposed to fucking take care of you. Like, no, you should be able to fucking take care of yourself. And then whatever your man or partner or whatever brings to the table is a bonus. You know what I'm saying? And it just like what you bring it to the table is a bonus to them. So my question to y'all is, what would you say to the women, young women, and what would you say to the young men?
You want to go ahead and grab that first, Wolf?
Give me a second. I got somebody coming through the door, bro. Go ahead.
All right, bro, I got you. All right, so I have a daughter, so I'm real careful about exactly what I tell her and show her and what information she has. She might be a little bit too sheltered, but that's my baby. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to her. But she's also been exposed to a lot of different people and personalities and environments. We come from the heart of the hood. You feel me? The most important thing I think for the young ladies is understanding that their value does not come from a man. And I believe that's really what you was talking about. But be real secure in who you are. Be secure in your spot. Get your education. Become self-sufficient. I think that's super important for all the young ladies out here, and for the little young brothers and shit. Um, Again, I think I'm doubling down on what you said. Make sure you have a viable skill. And no, it doesn't have to be fucking rapping and basketball and football and all of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's something that you see in the world and you're really interested in it. Hone in on whatever that is and go 1,000% at it, especially while you young, because you gotta understand these old motherfuckers ain't just talking to you because that's what they want to do. They've been there before, bro. You really gotta understand you in your peak physical condition. You know what I'm saying? From like 16 to your mid 30s. Take advantage of that time. Do whatever it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And make that shit work for you and set yourself up for greatness beyond that. Have a foundation that you've created for yourself and make it work for you.
Absolutely. I concur. I would add on to that by saying find find that champion in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all have heroes that y'all look up to, athletes, you know what I'm saying? But look at yourself. To my young queens and my young kings, look at yourself and start embracing what you know you good at so that you can make it even better. Start now with being consistent about building you. Put more energy into yourself than you will to a company or anybody else's interest. Make sure to be motivated about your interests. Don't be influenced by what other people's interests are, unless it's something that interests you too. But
Exactly.
the main thing is being true to self. Don't let nobody, I'm talking about, it can be family, it can be very close friends. You don't allow anybody to put you in a situation where you having a dumb self down or compromising self. So that's what I want to tell the young kings and young queens out there.
And be careful who you in a room with, bro. You never want to be the smartest person in the room. You never want to be the richest person in the room. Because at the end of the day, that leaves you nowhere to grow. It leaves you nowhere to be. You know what I'm saying? You're the smartest person in the room. That means you teaching everybody else. Now, you can learn something from anybody. Don't get me wrong on that shit. But most of the time, you doing the teaching. You don't want to be the richest person in the room. Because most of the time, you spending the money.
Yep.
And at the same time, while he's saying that, you definitely don't want to be the dumbest person in the room neither.
Oh yeah,
So
never that.
tighten up
'Cause
on your
that's a
intellect,
whole different ball
tighten
game.
up on your studies. Like, ain't shit wrong with gaining information. You're going to have peers that's telling you, man, fuck them books and all that. Be true to self. You know what I'm saying? Go get that information because that's the real money. Your intellectual property is what you know, what you're able to do with that shit.
They can't take that shit from you. What's in your head is in your head. And please, I implore anybody in the fucking world, old, young, whatever, learn financial literacy. Understand the credit game. Understand how credit works and how cash works and what you can and can't do. That's some shit they definitely don't teach us because it was never meant for us. We was really being traded on the fucking stock market for real, for real. The shit wasn't for us, but we need to start understanding exactly what it means and exactly what it is and start using that shit to our advantage.
Yep. See, this is why I wanted to fucking talk to y'all, because this is exactly what I was hoping to get out of this. So,
oh yeah, you always gonna get. We come how we come, bro.
Exactly. I didn't want
ain't no
nothing else.
bullshit.
I didn't want nothing else.
Yeah, ain't no bullshit, bro. We come how we come, bro. Right out the package.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my next question for you is, who was the first person to give you 100% true game that is still true to this day, and what was that game?
My mama. My mama, one of the things that stuck with me throughout my life and then helped me over and over again. Excuse me, I'm blowing this good gas.
Hey, we ain't tripping off that shit, OG.
Hey, hold that shit for me too,
We ain't
cause
we ain't
shit,
tripping off them
I'm
shit.
fasting at the moment, so hey, hold it for a couple more seconds for me.
She told me, she said, don't volunteer no information, son. I didn't understand the depth of that at the time when she said it. But as I grew older, I started to understand where I would volunteer information, how it would bite me in my ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to make that make sense to people that's gonna listen to this. You know what I'm saying? You might have to take some time and just sit on it and marinate with it, but don't volunteer no information.
Bro, if
Be
they
in
don't get
control
that, they definitely not gonna get what I'm about to say.
Oh shit, drop it on them.
My grandmother, she looked me dead in my mother. It's two things that she told me that still ring true to this day. The first one was, listen, I understand it's just homework to you, right? But you putting your name on that. That's your name. When they see that, they gonna think about you. They gonna know you did it. You put your name on some shit, you gotta be able to stand on that motherfucker, because that's your name. You dig what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? The second thing she told me was, look, baby, don't be simple and don't hang around simple people. Now, simple to those of y'all that don't have no family from the South and shit, simple don't mean like they they simple. Like it mean like they super motherfucking basic in their thought processes. It means they just don't fucking get it. You know what I'm saying? And don't hang around no niggas like that because they always gonna get you jammed the fuck up. G shit.
Yeah. Ooh wee.
Well, that need to be on the podcast. That sound like some hunting season talk, man. That's
Hey, bro, this
Hey,
is
this
hunting season talk.
this hunting
This
season
is hunting
flashed the
season talk. We
script.
just
You
out here
know,
with
this
Queen Doja though.
yeah, this is a
Just out
cross,
here
man.
with Queen Doja though. But this is hunting season shit, nigga.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
you
you
had to pull
mean?
up on the script, man. Come fuck with the script.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know, it's a cross, you
Absolutely.
know. Hey. Okay. Let's see here. Cause we already
Oh, you're
done
a little
jumped.
discombobulated and
I
shit.
know
You done
I
got
am.
that hunting season energy up on you, bro. Yeah,
Hey,
let's get it.
hey, I
Let's
love it. I
get it.
love it though. Okay. Let's see, because we done touched some of my questions already. So
And see, no. What's gonna happen is you're gonna start reading that question list like, yo, yeah, these niggas done touched everything already. Just rephrase it, bro. Just spin it back around. Spin the
okay,
block again and shit. 2 times. Don't worry about that shit. We got you.
okay,
We got you.
uh, okay. So my next one is uh, where did how and when do you think you developed your like power, like your confidence, like you know what I'm saying? Like what makes you just comfortable in your skin, and when did you first recognize it?
You want to take that shit, Wolf, or you got something going on, buddy?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead. Give it to him. Give it to him.
before I was even able to realize, and this just this shit hit hard for me, right? So I'm a miracle baby, right? I wasn't even supposed to be born. My mama had fibroids that was taking all the blood. I wasn't receiving it, and they set up to terminate the pregnancy. I forget at what stage. It was close to her getting ready to give birth or whatever, and I started crushing them. You know what I'm saying? After they had set the date, you know, and had that shit ready, like they finna do that. She in there. They like, okay, well you might have this baby. He crushing the fibroids. I got a scratch on my face right now from that I came out with. And that came from, I guess, you know, having that physical altercation in the womb. It's still on my cheek right now. I came out with that scar. I didn't know it yet. I didn't even know who I was, but my eye knew who he was, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course.
And
It makes
so,
perfect sense to me, Brody.
Mm-hmm.
right,
Now go ahead. I
you
ain't mean
know,
to cut you
so
off. Go ahead, bro.
she was able to give birth. Boom, here I go. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And since I can remember, I have always taken up for people. I didn't like to see people misused or mishandled or anything unjust. And that's been a big part of my existence since I can remember even thinking clearly. And so with that being said, I got into a lot of altercations and I wasn't no like super fighty type of dude. I'm a peace, you know what I'm saying? But I got into a lot of altercations because of what I observed happening to somebody else that I couldn't take. And I got in the way of that because I felt like, all right, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I had this epiphany one day. My mom had this poster hanging up and it was footprints. And it was I think me and Laquan talked about this. So in
Yeah, I
footprints,
was
you
just
know,
about to say that.
if
Yep.
anybody not familiar with it, the poster is footprints in the sand, and there's two of them, two sets. And at one point, it stopped, and it just turned into one set of prints. And so the person who's talking on the poster is kind of upset with God, like, where were you? Them was my troubled times. I needed you. And I'm looking at the footprints and you was gone. And God told him, he said, no, the footprints that you looking at is when I carried you. That shit hit me so fucking hard. And I felt so bad for God that I said, let me take the load for you. Let me take some of the load. And that was the first commitment I remember making as well. You know what I'm saying? But that
bro
day,
just said he felt bad
shifted.
for
God.
Right.
I don't know how that hit y'all ears, bro. The bro said he felt bad for God. G shit. Understand that.
But that's shit though. That's.
How old were you when you saw that?
This was like 7 or 8.
Wow.
And that same day, I went outside. I took a butter knife out the kitchen, went and sharpened it, and found me a little piece of a hose that was laying outside. And I put the butter knife in it and said that was my sword. I was ready for war. And I'm ready for war for my people.
Gee shit.
Yep.
Gee shit. And I can fucking respect that, bro. I had to be around the same age, probably 7 or 8. And the school I went to, it was a little badass nigga in there just used to run around fucking with people all the time and shit. Now I was always a big ass kid and shit, so ain't nobody really fuck with me. But this nigga said some wild shit to me one day, and I banged this nigga head on the piano. Just straight up grabbed him by the neck and banged this shit on the piano, bro. A teacher came to break up the fight, but I didn't know who it was. I just knew it was a nigga grabbing me. So I turned around, just swinging and shit. You feel me? Then fucked her up, broke her bracelet off. It was other motherfuckers coming to grab me and shit. At the end of the whole shit, it was like 6 or 7 niggas got punched in the face. Not because I was a tough ass little kid and shit, just because I knew this nigga used to be fucking with people and he wasn't gonna stop until somebody fucked him up. And that's what happened. I fucked him up. Then they gonna sit us in the office and shit. And I did some whole nut ass shit because I had went to a Nets game the day before and shit. I'm like, you want to see my basketball cards, nigga? And they was like, man, fuck you. And I fuck you too. I could beat your ass again, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, buddy. But yeah, it was at that time and shit. I was like, yo, I don't really want to see anybody being picked on. A lot like Wolf just said, just because of their physical stature, or they are not mentally on the same level as you. I don't want to see anybody get taken advantage of, which is why I don't take advantage of anybody. Karma's a motherfucker, bro, and I truly believe in that shit. And karma ain't just karma. It's a lot of other shit that go with that shit. Me and Wolf be talking about this shit on a whole different level, but we're not gonna get into all of that shit. But real shit. Yeah, around 7 or 8, and that's how it happened for me. What you got, Queen Doja?
I can't really pinpoint when it was. I want to say I had to be a teenager at the time when this happened, but I my customer service skills are just on point. Like that's just, I consider that like almost like a superpower. And I think it comes from I always try to not even try, scratch that. I've always made sure I treated everybody with kindness because I all automatically recognize that I don't know what they're going through. So if regardless of stranger, foe, whatever, like, I'm gonna come to you respectfully, kindly, positive until you show me otherwise, because I mean, especially if you a foe, I'm not gonna start no shit. But if you bring the shit, best believe, I'm you gonna learn today. You know what I'm saying? That you shouldn't have did that shit. But and I feel like it has led me to my current path now. because just in the places I've always been the person that's had to deal with the difficult person, and while they cussing and yelling and screaming and popping off at everybody else, I've been the one that's been able to talk to them. I've been the one that's been able to, not even reason with them, but just be able to talk to them in some kind of way to have the situation understood and make them feel like they've been heard and that I understand where they coming from and try to find a compromise. And I think that, I mean, that's just how I roll. Like that's just like one of those morals, that I live by, So, but yeah, I want to say it was early. Like I've been working since I was 15, so it had to be like in my like early teen years because I mean, that's 20 plus years ago now. So,
Right. No, and I definitely want to commend you because customer service is a super underrated ass skill, but it's necessary with everything that you do in your fucking life, though.
mhm.
Believe it or not, I'm actually really, really good at customer service.
I don't doubt that. Like I
I've been on
really
the
don't.
phone. I've
Like
been on the phone for a long time, and
mm,
at the end of the day, you're gonna end up giving me what I want, but I'm gonna make you feel good about it, though.
mhm.
See, what you don't want is somebody like if they make a purchase and then they get home and then they got buyer's remorse. Like, nah, you don't want to sell a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to make them feel like you sold them some shit. You want to make them feel like they made a purchase that they wanted to make.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that is a
So
good purchase.
exactly, and that it has value. It adds
Mhm.
value to their life.
Yep.
And if you're unable to do that, then you kind of terrible at the craft, and you shouldn't call yourself a customer service representative.
Yep.
I learned it over years, bro, because I'm super impatient. I really don't like talking to people, but I feel shit. I think it's just the cancer in me, bro. Like I'm a feel you out, and I'm a talk you off that ledge, and we gonna come to a conclusion that you're fucking happy about. Now you ain't gonna know that I made you happy about it, but you just gonna know you happy.
Right.
But at the end of the fucking day, I don't care how we got there as long as we get there. You feel me?
Mhm.
That's it and that's all.
Yep.
100.
Okay.
So 100.
So, okay, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk about our relationships with parents.
Okay.
Because
Oh, it's about to get real interesting now.
yeah,
About to get
because
real interesting.
the youngins, most of the time they getting whatever knowledge or whatever or whoever they listening to is definitely not they people. It's somebody that's in
Right.
the streets or it's somebody that they just
It's one
know.
of their friends or some shit like that.
Right. And so now, all three of us are, we grown now,
Hmm.
So thinking about how do you relate to your parents now compared to when you were young?
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on that shit if you don't mind, Wolf. Because I kind of know your relationship, at least with your mom's and shit, is real solid. I didn't know my pops growing up. We just got cool maybe about 10 years ago. Um, and for those of y'all that don't really know me, I'm about to get hella vulnerable with y'all, but fuck it, it is what it is. This nigga locked up. I think they gave him 172 years or some shit like that. Um, so as of right now, he ain't coming home, and I had a lot of animosity towards him growing up, but I didn't realize it. It was like, well, shit, I don't, man, what the fuck is a father, nigga? I ain't never had one. I don't need one. Fuck that nigga. And that's how I came the whole time. I'm not particularly close with my mother either. My grandmother raised me for the most part, and it takes a lot for me to deal with my mother to this day. She means She means well, she really does, but she doesn't know me as a person, and I think that's a lot of the problem, especially with people from our era. The parents, it was still on some, well, hey, you're to be seen and not heard type of shit. You know what I mean? So parents really don't even know their kids, and then when they get older and become adults, they be surprised, like, well, why the fuck is it like this? Because nigga, you never talk to me. Fuck you mean? On some G shit. Um, at least that's my experience. I ain't gonna go too much further into it. I'm gonna let y'all go first, and if I got something on the back end, I'm gonna go ahead and get it up.
That was my hat off to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because as young black men, that's what a lot of us have to go through. You know, but I'm gonna be real brief with mine because it go deep. You know what I'm saying? I just had to get space early. I'm talking like 13 out in the street, and so after that, I came back a couple times and tried to build, been trying to build ever since. You know what I'm saying? And still it's still turbulence, but it's getting better now. But
Right.
yeah, so that in itself turned me to be what I would consider a more observant parent and aware parent of what my child up to, you know. And mine was super strict. Not saying that it was other dimensions to it, but
Right.
yeah, and pops, you know, because of however she felt, that barrier was there, so that
Mm-hmm.
relationship wasn't there. So that's who I was dealing with. That go back to what I'm saying about God. I'm dealing personally with God as pops. That's pops. I know I ain't correct in a lot of shit I do, but that's the heart, you know what I'm saying, and the intention behind how we do certain shit, that let a nigga sustain and still be in existence. So that's what I got for
Hey,
that.
hey, Queen. Let me in.
Oh,
On the computer.
I got you.
Let me in real quick so I get up off this phone and shit.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you was I thought that was the phone trying to get in.
Nah, nah, nah.
Righty.
It's a good one tonight. You got the nice slide.
Yeah, we working out here tonight, bro.
Right
We
on, right
working out
on.
here.
Uh, so similar to you, Bear, I was raised by my great grandparents.
Okay.
My father, he left when I was 9 months, and he was, I refer to him as a supervillain. Like, you know how you hear those stories about those dudes that, be getting with women and just like take them for everything they possibly can and then throw them away and then move on to the next one. That's
Mm-hmm.
that type of nigga.
Real. I
And
think that's why a lot of dudes is really doing that shit out here. But I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead,
no,
Queen.
no, 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 you good, you good. So I didn't find out about him till I was like 12. But my mom, she married a dude and they ended up getting a divorce when I was 3. So when she was going through that, she sent me to live with my great grandparents because, her grandparents raised her when her mother was going through
Mm-hmm.
some shit. So as you can see, it's a cycle. This my great grandparents raised 3 generations. They kids, they grandkids, and they great grandkids. So so I mean, me and my mom, we more friends than we are mother and daughter because I consider my great grandparents my parents. And so to this day, like, and it was me and my cousin. So to this day, like, both of our mothers feel some type of way about it. So but my mother understands. She's learned enough about me to know that she is happy to get what she can get because she knows that anytime I'm able to just be like, okay, and just distance myself, and then it's nothing, so.
Right.
But what you said about not talking to your kids, and not, really developing, that trust and a relationship with them, for them to want to, what I'm saying, want to make you the person they come to when they need help and need to know something. Like, I imagine your daughter know, oh, I don't know what I need to do in this situation. I'm gonna go talk to pops. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go talk to my dad,
For
and my
sure.
dad gonna put me on game, and I'm gonna know how to deal with this situation. And I imagine the same with Wolf for your kid. So, for me, I was able to find those types of relationships in other family members and other people's families. Like, I'm closer to my husband's family than I am my own, because we just so distant. And when my great grandparents passed away, that was the glue that held us together. So now we all, but I'm working on it. I feel like my great grandmother would want us to be, become close again. So I'm working on that shit. So it's kind of like part of my mission. So, but yeah, it's important, like, to just have somebody to that you can trust, that you can really trust, that is really out, wants to see you at your best, and is willing to really have honest conversations with you to keep you out your worst. And that's so fucking hard to find. It's supposed to be your parents, those supposed to be the ones, but that ain't always the case.
Not at all. Not at all.
And salute to your great grandparents for doing that. That's man.
Big.
What? Come on now.
Yeah.
That's gonna go over a lot of people's head. That shit hit hard.
Yeah,
Real shit.
that's
Go
why I
ahead,
be
Gwen.
wanting these conversations with, us talking to the younger generations, because all the wisdom, all the morals and everything I got from like 3 generations before me. You know what I'm saying? And that is so lost. Like, you don't hear about that these days. So.
Real shit. I think because I know definitely with me, if you hear anything I say about my foundation, my childhood, anything about my youth, it's always my grandmother. You know what I mean? It's always my grandmother. I hung out with my grandfather a little bit. I've always had older friends. I never hung out with anybody my age, and I think that's the difference between a lot of what I go through and a lot of what I know and a lot of what these young kids out here is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you got to understand that these kids was being raised by motherfuckers that was like 15, 20 years older than them. You know what I'm saying? It was babies raising babies for a long time, and I think we finally starting to back up off of that. It's not that I think I know. There's numbers to back this shit up.
Right.
So it's super super crucial. And like you said, my daughter, I knew what I went through as a kid. And again, I'm about to just give y'all something about me. My daughter is not biologically my daughter, but you can ask me and you can ask my daughter. That's my motherfucking baby. And if you say anything else about that shit, don't fucking at me. I'm gonna smack the dog shit out you. G shit. That's my baby. But she knows, hey, if I'm dealing with anything, I can call Pops and we gonna sit down, we gonna chop it up and we gonna figure it out. Because I built that relationship with her. Real talk. For a long time, she was way closer to me than she was with her mother. Cause I was with her every fucking day. She went where I went. She ate what I ate. She did what I did. Straight like that. I used to drop her mother off at nursing school, and then me and her used to rock out for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different ways that people get energy and get information and grow as people. And I just want us to really, really be mindful of the energy and the education and the things that we're teaching these babies out here. Understand that you are formulating the rest of their lives. when they a couple of years old, bro. Like we learn all the shit that we learn when we kids, bro. You can really fuck somebody up at 3 or 4, and they never get over that shit for the rest of their life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
We really, really have to understand the shit that we're doing and how we really coming at in the energy we're coming with and all of that other shit, bro.
Yep. Definitely. Okay. Okay. So this next question is, so I'm both of us, all of us have had a point in our lives where we was like, you know what, this shit is not it. Like you at like a low point, you like, you know what, I need to do something. And you may not know what it is at that time, but you just know something need to change. So what advice would you give to somebody who is at their low point right this second listening to us about how to figure out how to just go about that change?
I think somebody else should go first, bro. I'm not the right person for this shit.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still not where I feel like I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Still, it's a strive though. It don't never stop. So you know what I'm saying? Understand the value in yourself and don't be relying on the outside sources. You know what I'm saying? You got to start really just coming up with the plot, coming up with the plan, and strategizing. You know what I'm saying? And implementing that shit. You ain't got to be running all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you sit still, just formulate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the bully say, you know what I'm saying? Delegate. You know?
Nigga got them
Delegate.
Lakers popping out here though.
Right? I was like, oh shit.
Delegate. I mean, because it makes so much sense, you know what I'm saying? Even if you ain't getting finances, you know what I'm saying? Delegate the responsibility amongst some people you know that's gonna go hard, you know what I'm saying? And then build the finance up together, you know what I'm saying? But the money is just what you manifest from this thought, you know what I'm saying?
That shit is a fucking byproduct, my nigga. Gee, shit. I mean, I guess I'll go now and shit. Real shit. I ain't got a check from a job in 3 months. I was just like, you know what? I don't really think I gotta fuck with you, nigga. And I'm tired of listening to your bullshit. So fuck off. I'm about to just go do what the fuck I want to do, and I'm gonna make money doing it. I didn't know where the money was coming from. Listen, this is for educational purposes only. Do not try this shit at home. Unless you on the same nut ass shit that I'm on, don't try this shit at home. Unless you got a queen that's willing to let you do this shit like I got, don't try this shit at home. Not only did I fucking try it, but I'm winning at it. G shit. I'm out here, you see me every motherfucking day talking my shit, nigga. Cause I can. I don't need money. Money needs me, bro. For real. And once you start getting that in your motherfucking head, you'll be a whole different type of nigga, bro. But again, please do not listen to me. Don't hit my shit talking about, oh nah, Q said quit your job. Just do whatever you want to do. No, nigga. I did that. I ain't tell your ass to do that shit. Sit down some fucking where.
Yeah, I would say like what Wolf said, like really formulate a plan. That's I think that's where you start is thinking about the plan to get what you want. And then once you got the plan laid out, then you just fucking get up and fucking do that shit.
Facts.
I mean, right now, I'm still in the 9 to 5. I'm still working for a motherfucker, but my exit strategy is actually
Have one of
motherfucking
those.
already planned. You know what
Have one
I'm
of
saying?
those.
And it's motherfucking in execution. Like I'm implementing that motherfucker right now. And as soon as it pop off and it gets to a certain point, deuces, I'm up. you know? So okay. Okay. So So me and Bear have talked about working 9 to 5 and that bullshit. Uh, so and use the term hustling, I'm not just straight talking about selling drugs or doing no illegal shit, because there's other ways to hustle that are fucking legal. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But for some reason, motherfuckers, want to always associate that term with illegal shit.
We
But
hustling right now.
exactly.
Right now we fucking hustling.
So I wanted us to, and we've kind of already had the discussion, been talking about it as we've been talking, about 9 to 5 versus hustling. But what would you say about just hustling in general? Like, whether it's advice or, just some like a key principle that motherfuckers need to keep in
Get
mind
off,
when they doing it.
get off your ass, get off your ass.
What he
Like,
said.
get the
What the
fuck
fuck
up.
he said.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Sitting
At the end of
around,
the fucking day, bro, if you could hustle illegally, you could hustle legally. Just as easy, and you ain't gotta look over your fucking shoulder, bro. Get the fuck off your ass, get you a grind about yourself, and make that shit work.
well, you
You
know, man,
going,
because you been in the Zoom, we been in the after darks when they ride to the morning time, and you done seen me doing construction. You see me up
bro?
here at
I
these
didn't see this
places.
nigga tear a whole goddamn ceiling out the shit. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
man.
Shit then
You
fell
know,
and hit him in the head and all that type of weird shit, bro.
ain't no days
Nobody
off, man.
gives a
Don't
fuck.
stand it.
Yeah.
We out
Don't
here
stand
getting
it.
to the bag regardless of what it is that we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to come tear your shit up unless it's on some different type of fashion. That nigga gonna come tear your shit up. How it's supposed to be tore up though. Fuck with him if you need that demolition work done. G shit.
Appreciate that, brother.
Hey,
Say
where you
less, nigga.
at?
You know what
Where
it
you
is.
at? So I can, they know where to hit you up at.
Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay,
I know to follow the
ATL.
page, Wolf and Sheep's Clothing, Wolf and Sheep's Clothing _CO. That's where I'm at on IG. So
Facts.
y'all tune in with me
We
and
gonna we gonna
shoot
we
me a
gonna have
DM.
all the info in the description for the people.
Yep.
And
You know what
y'all
I'm
know the
saying?
hunting season podcast. Y'all can go tap in with that. That's on
Y'all know
YouTube.
what the fuck that shit hitting for.
Get
Yep.
at us.
Okay.
And we got something super, super spicy coming for the people on the hunting season podcast, bro. I'm just waiting for that last motherfucking email so I can tap in with the bro. But 2 out of 3, we already got locked in. We already
Okay.
got them locked in.
Hey,
So
I
don't worry
can't.
about
Hey,
it,
I
sis.
gotta
You,
get
yeah, nah. Just tap in with us. Make sure you motherfucking subscribe to the shit. So when that bitch hit, you know it's there.
facts. Hell yeah,
Ooh,
shit. I need to catch up.
yeah.
'Cause I
Ooh,
definitely
we
need to
on
catch
y'all
up.
ass, boy.
Okay. Well, right there. That's what I got at the moment. That's all my questions. I mean, y'all got any for me?
How you get to be so dope?
Uh,
I
hey, nah,
appreciate
bro.
you.
We definitely appreciate you, but shit. Do the well, I know this a little like cross joint we got going on. So
Hmm.
just for our listeners and our viewers and shit, tell them what it is that you do. You
Well,
the child support plug. So tell them all
right.
about that shit.
Yeah. So I'm Queen Doja, aka the Child Support Plug, and
Mm-hmm.
I am also the author of a book called The Spy Inside Child Support Cheat Code. So I work in child support and I see how crooked that system is, how it's basically trying to keep our black families separated and divided, and so they can profit. And of course, it just keeps the black people down. So I'm like, okay, well, as part of my exit strategy, I am taking all the game I've learned and I'm gonna give it to our black people. And I'm gonna help black families create their own mutual beneficial agreements. So that way they don't need the system, they don't need child support, they don't need welfare, they don't need none of that shit. They can still be a family regardless of whether they fucking or in a romantic relationship, whatever. That don't matter as long as you there for your babies because they need both of y'all. So
Okay.
other than that, I mean, I got multiple business ventures from my travel company, Dozier Luxury Travel, which is about to launch again. Well, about to launch because I'm rebranded it. And Yeah, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna become a mediator so I can
Just in
help
case y'all ain't see that
families.
shit.
Oh yeah, hunting season.
In case y'all ain't
Get
see
you on.
that shit.
And yeah, so that's me. That's what I'm doing. And then of course the script podcast, trying to stop sucker shit and help people reach and thrive to reach their black awesomeness. So that's what I do.
Hey, what the brother Ben X say? He's trying to be black-tastic out this motherfucker. You feel me?
Facts.
Y'all ain't peep the shirt.
Yeah.
Did y'all peep the shirt? And he
Hey, yeah,
tried,
yeah.
he
No, he peeped it. Hey,
The hunting
listen,
season.
this just the first of many, bruh. We got some shit on they ass. What?
Hey, I need to
We
get
on
on
their
the
ass,
motherfucking
boy.
mailing list ASAP, because my husband,
Say less.
you
Say
know,
less.
I
We
need to make sure
got
he
you.
fitted out here.
We got you.
We'll
We
get
got we
at it.
got we got the fits for everybody. Cause if I can fit it, you can fit it.
Show the
But
people, man. Show the
I'm about to
people.
slim it down, though. You feel me? So we ain't even gonna have to wear the big shit no more. We gonna be regular sized people out this bitch.
And my bro been coming
You know what I'm
he been
saying?
pulling up on me at the
Hey,
gym.
bro.
He been in there. And
I
bro
be
is
pulling
active.
up. I be doing my electro stem and shit, but getting my upper body workout shit on. You feel me? You
Okay,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? I
I
just
was
got a bad wheel and shit. That's all.
I was telling Wolf, I was like, yeah, I checked out his workouts in the morning. And I was like, yeah, no, I ain't at that level yet, but
Hey,
I
it
got a
don't
Pilates
fucking
bar.
matter.
But yeah, that's what I was telling him. Like, I got a Pilates bar and I've been working it out every other morning around the same time, like 5, 6 a.m. I'm doing that shit
Listen,
before I start work. And
what I want to tell the people is if you can't do what this extraterrestrial ass nigga do, because most of us can't, the bear
mm,
gonna be in that bitch. We gonna have some different types of shit. We gonna switch a little things up, you know what I'm saying? We gonna make that shit work for us. You feel what I'm talking about? We
Absolutely.
ain't leaving nobody the fuck behind. Tap in with us.
And they go back to what Span was saying. We had an awesome segment on the Hunting Season podcast with Span City Performance. He stopped in and blessed us with a hella game. And like bro said, like, it don't matter what you doing. Just get your ass up and get the moving.
yep.
Just
Move your body.
fucking move.
No,
That's it.
super facts. I've done a personal consult with Spin. And he had me doing some shit and my body was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? But I still
Facts.
be fucking doing that shit. When he be doing this shit on the lives and he record it, I motherfucking save that shit and fucking go back to it and do that shit. Like, I'm,
As you
you
should.
know what I'm saying, getting my health right. Like, the fact with Wolf and people like him and you, we gonna get right. We
If
gonna
y'all
fucking
niggas
save our
don't know
people.
about this Lashandra's Essentials too,
Oh
be on your
man, that's
ass.
that
Get you some of that
oil.
Lashandra's Essentials, bro.
Mm.
Gee shit. Smells amazing. Feels amazing. Dig what I'm saying? Get you some of that Lashandra's Essentials, bro. All of this shit gonna be in the description. You feel me?
Yep.
All
All
right, Queen
right.
Doja. What else we got, bro?
Hey, that's all I got. Unless y'all got something else, I'm with it. But that's all I got.
All right,
All right,
I'm
well
gonna
shit.
get back in here, man. I'm gonna tap in with y'all. I appreciate it. This was super dope, man. I
Hey, I
can't wait.
Hell
appreciate
yeah,
both of you,
we
King.
appreciate the collab, bro. For real.
Yes.
That's enough game for now. Follow Queen Doja on Facebook and Instagram at The Script Podcast, online at thescriptpodcast.com, and YouTube at rebrandly/thescriptpodcast.com. Stay awesome, blessed, and always on script.